Hello everyone, I'm Siyeon Baik, the presenter of Multi-fingertip Vibrotactile Array Interface for 3D Virtual Interaction. This is the content of my presentation today. The background knowledge of our study is phantom sensation, which is an illusion that when 2 points on the skin are stimulated with vibration, an illusory vibrotactile actuator exists between them. It can reduce the number of actuators and can create the illusion of moving vibrotactile actuator. By implementing it, users can feel the geometry of virtual object. So in the present study, we verified the feasibility of Vibrotactile Array Fingertip Haptic Interface on the virtual reality application. There are two types of vibrotactile fingertip interface in our study, and the difference between them is the presence of vibrotactile on the bottom of the device. Thus, in this paper, we deal with the evaluation of both interfaces. This is Type A vibrotactile interface. Type B has extra vibrotactile at the bottom of the interface when compared to Type A. Our system contains RGBD sensor for tracking the hand pose. When there is collision between the user's hand and virtual object, haptic rendering of A-B type interface are given as follows. Based on the haptic rendering algorithm, vibrotactiles of type A and B actuate as shown. This video shows how each vibrotactile interface works. Whenever the fingertip avatar collides with virtual object, each interface renders cutaneous feedback with their own rendering method. The experiment was done on the purpose of evaluating the participants' ability to perceive a virtual object size. The experiment was conducted for a reference stimulus 100 mm and a comparison stimulus 125 mm and 150 mm for each run. The training was given to participants, and on each trial, one of two virtual object sizes was given. For 20 trials, they were allowed to judge the stimulus by exploring its surface. Also, participants were asked to rate the reality of the contact after the experiment. The perception of a virtual object rendered with vibrotactile array fingertip interfaces is comparable to the one rendered with a typical force feedback interface. However, there was no significant difference between two types of vibrotactile haptic interface. Lastly, an additional vibrotactile actuator on the bottom increased realism of a rendered object. Thank you for listening.